What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another live Watchalong. I'm Chad, your host, and it's only going to be me. Going to do a little solo mission for you guys today as the Mighty Blades stay at home and take on the Tigers of Whole City. So let's get right into it, guys. I know everybody, the chat row is going to start blowing up with everybody watching. I know the comments are going to start rolling in. The transfer embargo, the transfer embargo. Oh God, oh God, oh God, what's going to happen? We're not going to go up. And me and Noah got talking about this, I believe, yesterday afternoon when the transfer embargo news broke, and I don't know. My opinion is it's kind of a little bit of BS. Um, you know, we don't really know too much about what's going on, and I guess it's the unpaid transfer fees for I guess prior transfers and players that we have brought in. I don't really I didn't really dive too far into it because I really don't want to like kind of get into that side of things right now because it's so early in the stage, and that everybody that can report on is going to report something negative and slam us and say, "Oh God, they shouldn't be in this position." Dock them points. In the end of the day, there has been, I guess, teams that have gone under transfer embargoes in the past, and it kind of just goes away. But I wonder if it almost says to like us and everybody that are clamoring for transfers, hey, we can't make him one. The club is under, is probably going to be sold now, so it kind of makes sense why the Prince hasn't really, you know, splashed the cash in the previous transfer windows. But it also is like, well, we're not going to make any improvements to the side, so let's hope this club gets sold and gets over the line to make it easier. And if there's any outstanding balances, hopefully the Prince will take it on, um, to see to make it to resolve this whole issue and just not worry about we don't have us as fans don't have to worry about the club that we love, falling perilously down the rungs of the championship and League One in the lower leagues. We want to see this club where it belongs, where it deserves to be in the Prem. And we're more than halfway to um that goal in this season, and this almost puts a damper on what was I mean a cheery side of things from United supporters. We're flying in the league second behind Burnley, and now it's kind of dampened down by the news that came out about, I would say, about 24 hours ago. So hopefully it doesn't hurt the boys in the side, and we go out there and put a performance together and beat a Hull City side that we should beat. And with that, I'll get into the next thing. Everybody wants to see how the Blades line up. So scrolling across the bottom, the Blades line up: Fotheringham in goal, Bogle, Ahmed Hadzic, Egan, Jackie Longthrow, and Lowe. We're kind of getting used to that back three with the overlapping wing backs, and then you have that that deadly midfield in there of Norwood, Doyle, Sandy Barge, and then we got Skilliman and I, and everybody's been clamoring about it. I know I was on the pod, Noah was too, and he really didn't think Jebo was going to start when I talked to him. Jebo up front. Let's see if the boy goes and gets a goal. I mean, I'm hoping so badly he does. I want to see it both, especially in the league. Yes, he netted in the cup a couple of weeks ago against Millwall. That's all fine and dandy, but I'd like to see him bulge the back of the net in the league and maybe, I don't know, not really cement his place, but at least get a foothold in there and knock a as we've so talked about on this watch along over the past few months, kind of jump over El Capitan Billy Sharp and make him the third choice, striker on this side. Because obviously everybody knows if McBurney comes back to the player that he was before he went down with his hernia, aka ankle, ligament, whatever you want to call it, injury, and has been out for an extended period of time, McBurney will be the starting striker down the stretch if we can get him healthy. So I hope I hope Jebo goes and gets his goal today and says, "Hecky, I want to start." Then, well, in the next cup game we play against Wrexham next weekend, I want to start that game. I don't want to. I don't want to fall behind the skipper again in the procession and say, "Hey, I got to keep working." So the only way to catch his eyes, go out there and score one, maybe two goals. I see a bunch of you guys chiming in. Oh, hey Kev, aka Bag, our buddy Johnny. Although Burnley is playing at Turf Moor, so unfortunately, our good buddy Johnny cannot join us. Hopefully, Burnley lose. No way, tell him that. Noah's chiming in on the transfer embargo. It's like he says, it's out of our hands right now. And I agree with what he puts here. Trying to enjoy the football and hopefully we continue to string results and get points. Yeah, I mean that at the end of the day, that's what we want. And if the players just kind of almost put the blinders on and just block that out from everything that's going on the outside and focus on the pitch side of things. Let's see if, because today and tonight is going to be a big sign of where the heads of these players are at. If we go out here and don't skip a beat and go and beat these guys 2-3-0, then they clearly haven't been listening to the tabloids and the news outlets and everything. But if they've been listening and wondering whatnot, blah 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 blah, it might be a little nervy. They might be a little shaky. Um, we'll see what happens when we get this game underway in about 22 minutes. Here's another one. The transfer embargo doesn't bother him at all, but we're for sale and the current owners aren't paying the bills. I would agree with you too. I mean, this club clearly needs one more striker, and I've been clamoring for it. I don't know, the past month when we came back from international break and McBurney really didn't. He went and got hurt again, and then we were down to starting Billy Sharp, and then we had Jebo on the bench, and we never really saw Jebo, and we were putting Billy out there. Yeah, granted, our fixture congestion wasn't too compact, and we weren't playing the best sides in the league, so it helped us out a bit. But knowing that if something happened to Sharp and having an unproven Jebo is not something I want to go into a game with. And so I'm glad to see that Jebo's came along in recent times and got hit, like I said, got his goals. And so obviously he's been performing well in training because Hecky's given him a shot. And that's what I believe most of the social media and anybody that has to do, Blades Pod, Tufty Club, even us on the Red Half Sheffield, even the channel you're on right now, Sheffield United Way, they've been clamoring for Jebo. So it's good to see that, we got what we wished, and hopefully, he has a successful outing against Hull, which I'm hoping maybe hint to, who might be in my score sheet and score predictions. And guys, don't forget, get your score predictions in before the kickoff because I want to see who calls the right score line. There we might have a wager on the on our hands right now. So yeah, let's see those score predictions in let us know what if what the team looks like, if you would make any changes in your starting 11 going into this game. Sean, if you're late to the program, Yes, we are under a transfer embargo. Still kind of, I don't know, piecing it together. It's not really been much said. If you want to go and read, it sounds like we haven't paid transfer wages for players that we've bought in the past. I don't know. I've kind of stayed out of it recently. When Noah texted me, that was the first thing that I had heard. Um, it's just it's one of those things that we have to see how it develops. And today's the 20th of January. There's 11 days left in the transfer window. At this rate, I don't see us bringing in any players anyway. So it's not like it was a big loss. Oh man. As for our visitors to Bramall Lane today, let's go across the whole city lineup. We got Ingram and goal, Coyle, Jones, Doherty, McLaughlin. Estupion is the player we have to watch. He's been in bang form. He's got, I believe, 11 or 12 goals on the season. Sari, Regan, Slater sound familiar, and X Blade. Christie and Connolly round out their starting 11. So a decent whole city side. Um, I mean, the whole thing is you come into this in Hull are in 16th place in the league as it stands currently on 34 points. They've won 9, drawn 7, and lost 11, and they've got a minus 10 goal differential. So if we can get on the front foot and get that early goal, we can go ahead and hammer these guys like we've wanted to do, and hopefully we can keep a clean sheet. We wanted to do the same thing in the Stoke game. Came away 3-1 winners. It wasn't the exact convincing win. It was drab and kind of boring for most parts of that game. So let's see if we get a different result, and let's just go put a good hard hammering on these guys. Score predictions rolling in now. Dan with 3-1 Blades. I like it. 2-1 Blades. Can't keep a clean sheet. Yes, that's why so badly do I want us to win this game 2-3-0. Just show me a little something that we can keep a clean sheet. And I mean, this is what our fourth or fifth game that we've had the back three of Anel, Egan, and JLT in there. So we have to be working on some cohesion at some point to where we're not going to, give up a weird goal or odd deflection or something like that. Portland Blade, I wonder where he's listening and watching from. 3-0 Blades. I'll take that. Hint, that might be my score line. Noah, 2-1 to United. Jebo and Dye to score. I like that. Oh wow, here's a early shout out for man of the match. Low man of the match. Yeah, I think Portland Blade. I don't think anybody can come in or out. Maybe okay. Noah alludes to it further down in chat row. We can let players go out, but we can't sign anybody. So, it certainly will be an interesting time for United, because I've never been in a situation where I really don't know what to do with my hands, because United can't make any signings in the transfer window. And it's like, well, we let Rita Kadra go back to Brighton and he went to Birmingham. Okay, that's one less player we have on the squad. If the time's ticking and we got 11 days till the transfer deadline's over, this embargo is going to really hamper us. We're not going to fill any roles. So what happens if we were to get stricken by the injury bug again? We're not going to have a month worth of time in the middle of the second half of the season to go and get players healthy and let them come back in droves. We've already got a smaller injury list. If we drop a few more on that side, we're going to be in dire straits, or we're going to have to pull up from the youth side. So it's really you know, you're gonna have to, you know, if Hecky's able to get us up and we for some ungodly reason have a injury crisis, you're gonna have to commend Hecky. We're gonna have to give him almost like a lifetime contract for navigating us through these choppy waters. Yeah. Okay, Sean, we can only staff up apparently 23. Yeah, we need 23 minimum players. Oh, Cypress King reaching out. Hal up the blades. Hello, Hal. Welcome to. I don't know if you've done one of these before. It's called the Sheffield United Way. Hint, hint. Uh, Sean coming in with a scoreline of 3-0. Oh, here's a. Ooh, not gonna like that one. 1-1. Ooh. Oh man. Hopefully we don't see 1-1 and we can go and hammer out a good result. And I'll give you guys my scoreline soon thereafter. Simon says if we pay the money within 2 days, we're good, right? Certainly the club can figure this out. The whole thing is Simon, if we're in a situation where the the owners are trying to sell, they're not gonna want to be here. You go, have this money, and then see. Okay, see you later. I don't know. They could put us in a bad spot, but obviously this probably had to be discussed behind closed doors before this, you know, got blown up in all social media read about it. But it had to be discussed because is it a thing where the prince pays off the debt or whatever we owe, and then the new owners take over? I don't know. Only time will tell. Chris, another 1-1 draw. Oh man. Uh I would agree with Sean right here. Burnley and West Brom draw. I'd certainly take that. Um Good evening, Adam. How are you? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's hopefully we get a Blades win. Oh, look who joined the chat. Mr. Scott himself. Scott, good evening to you. It's still afternoon time here in the stateside. Uh, Simon, I don't know. I just have no idea what's gonna happen. How like what is all this mean for United? Does oh man, this could go one of two ways: painless or really painless, and we get like a massive points deduction and blah blah blah, and we're fine, and players can't. It could turn really bad. Oh, this is this is oddly weird. I feel a little. I don't know how to take this, Scott. He's going with 3-0. Surely it's 3-0 the whole city, correct? Because he never picks the Blades to have a positive result. But I think I know who he's going with 3-0 to the Blades. Whew, yeah. Adam with another. They see a draw tonight. I wonder how much of that has to do with what's taken place in the last 24 hours. You know, I I hate to say that's probably a factor. But Roberto says we need a statue of Billy. Oh yeah. It's it's Portland late. It's 2:30 for local time on the East Coast. It's what about 11:34. So you're not even in afternoon time. Still, good morning to you, Portland Wade. So if they're playing without a right back, a right midfield, they're all out of sorts. We should be able to jump on them and let's give hopefully a good heavy score line in the Blades' favor to get us 3 more points. Trudge us along. Let's go. We got to keep going. I think we need somewhere around 10 more wins. So we check this one off the box. We're down in the single digits until we get promoted, and only positive vibes from everybody. It seems like Chat Rose um it seems like Chat Row with what happened last night or yesterday. Everybody seems to be in a positive mood. except for no points deduction, just a 14-year transfer embargo, we would be massively screwed. We'd probably be out of business. Simon, he's not the only pessimist thinking a draw. Yeah. Scott's been in the discussions the last couple of weeks. Jebo gives us something that has honestly passed the skipper by. And we made fun of Scott and brought him up in numerous times, but I'm in agreement with him. It's just one of those deals where you can really see that the game has almost certainly caught up to Sharp, where he doesn't look as, I don't know, lethal in front of goal as he always used to. So, I mean, that's why I said I hope Jebo gets a goal and maybe assist tonight and gets his confidence. So Hecky keeps him in the side for Wrexham next week. Good thing is we have tonight. We play tonight, so we have 8 days until the next game. So, Adam, right here, Hull, to be fair, are on a good run of form. So it's not like they've. I don't think they're terrible. It's just their league position dictates something else. But we know that the middle section of this league is so compact that it's so many points for if you go on a run in where Hull are, they get 3 wins. That's 9 points. They could be up as high as a playoff position. It's just crazy, man. Just don't call him Jed. Just don't go. I like that one. Simon, that's a good one. Oh, wow. Really positive from Lewis. 4-0. Big 4-0 win coming to the Blades. I could see it coming. Wow. But yeah, as far as we have about 8 minutes left until we start, I'll give you guys my score predictions and what I think is going to happen. I think this is just going to be a one-sided game. I think it's going to be all Blades, and I know it's something that we've said over the last, certainly against Stoke, we thought it was going to be certainly all Blades, and it ended up being 3-1 Blades, but it really wasn't. When you look at the scoreline, it almost is indifferent to how the game played out, and I think we win 3-0. I think Jebo gets a goal, and he gets a goal, and I'll go with off the wall. Ahmed Hodzic is due a goal. So I could see him getting one from a set piece and the Blades running out 3-0 winners, and we take the 3 points and we run it around Bramall Lane and rub it in their face. Because it is kind of sort of somewhat a derby. I don't really think we think of it as a derby. I think the Hull fans might think of it as a derby. I'm not really sure, but it's just not one of those, in the pecking order of rivalries. It's just one of those things where I don't see Hull really much as a rivalry. And pardon me for trying to get my stream up, as here in the States, it's going to come on in about the next 2 or 3 minutes. So I want to try and be on top of it as much as possible. And for some reason, I don't see. I'm having a little trouble, so bear with me. But yeah, back to my score predictions. Yeah, 3-0 Blades. I think we go and hammer them. If you're just joining chat row, throw them score predictions in. And I'm going to ask this question to chat row too. Any superstitious game day traditions that you guys have? Me, I always have to watch the Blades in a Blades shirt. I don't think I've ever watched them in in anything besides a Blade shirt. It's one of those weird setups where I'm really superstitious about watching my teams. I have to have the jersey and whatnot on. But I'm just curious if there's any weird traditions or superstitions when the blades do come in play. Do you pull out lucky socks? Do you have lucky underwear? Something? Um, I don't know. I'm kind of spitballing because I want to bounce off chat row since um it's only me doing the stream today. AC, I'm streaming it through SUTV because me and Noah have a subscription that we were able to watch any game that isn't on ESPN Plus on SUTV. They're probably they're probably offering some type of discount for half season prices. I don't know. I haven't looked, but I think at the beginning of the season it was like 180 pounds for us. Um, but yeah, when obviously when the Blades are picked up on big TV, and I thought they were on ESPN Plus today, and it just rerouted me to SUTV. But it's well worth it over here in the States to just buy the SUTV because that way you don't miss a Blades match ever. And then for the measly price of, I think, $10 a month, you get ESPN Plus, and we're going to have a bunch of those games probably featured on ESPN Plus coming down the stretch because we're in a position for promotion. Scott, I didn't really notice this one. I haven't heard anything about the West Ham fans coming out. That's seems to be an odd one for West Ham fans calling out United. Here's one in the superstitious category. Noah comes out. Always watch some. I'm at a. Oh yeah, okay. I'm the same way when I'm not behind the microphone and doing a watch along. If I go to the bars, I'm always watching it. If I'm watching in a bar, I always have a pint of Guinness. I don't know if that's your guys' favorite, but it's my absolute favorite type of beer. So I always watch the Blades with a few pints of Guinness, I'll say. Here's another one. Oh yeah. Yeah, Portland Blade offering a discount on SUTV to pay for transfer wages. That's a good one. Oh, Dublin Blade. I wonder where he's watching. He probably that probably denotes the place where he's watching. And his name. 4-0 to the Blades. Good team. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, Simon, we were on ESPN Plus for 4 or 5 straight games. I think every game over the boxing or over the festive period, I think we're on ESPN Plus, and that's what the Wrexham game will be on next week. Yeah, AC, it's not on ESPN Plus. This game, you'd have to be over on SUTV. Yes, I would agree with Simon wholeheartedly. We need to get promoted because it saves a lot on our wallet because most of our games will either be streamed through NBC Sports Provider or on their streaming partner Peacock, and that's only like $40 or $50 a month. Yes, I am a diehard hardcore Sheffield United fan. I am, of course, I'm doing the watch-alongs always. Says, come on, United. Let's see what's Scott saying in the chat. We need to, yeah, yep. I would agree with that. Get in Hull's faces and make them pull them out away from goal, and then we can put a bunch of balls over the top with Norwood pings or different types of attacks and balls over the top into because then you let Jebo run, get on the end of it, and get a goal. Yes, I would agree with you. AC Guinness for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yep. That's a good man. Nope. Yep. John Fox Richardson. Yep. Can't beat Blades Guinness. Great combination. Oh, yeah. The Wrexham game is on BBC One because we're playing at a weird time in a time slot. Sunday at 4:30 GMT time, which is 11:30 over here. It's just weird. Dumb Idiot is back, 4:20. 3-1. Okay, I'll take that. Well, the Blades are out. Just came out of the tunnel. Hull are out. They just came out of the tunnel. They're lining up for their pre-match photo, and they don't do the handshake anymore. So the Blades are running off. The mascots are running towards the center circle. They have the flag bearers on the pitch, and we are shortly going to be underway. And we'll see who will kick this one off underneath the floodlights at Bramall Lane. And it looks like Hull have brought in a sold out away end. It looks that Hull have brought, and for the most part, from what I can see right now, is Bramall Lane is pretty much full to the rafters. It doesn't look like there's too many empty seats. I'm only have one stagnant camera angle right now, so I can't see much of the pitch. But yeah, look, from our view, as I guess they're doing the coin toss, I can't see because it's very far away. A little catching practice for Weston goal right now. Blades kind of staying loose while they do the pictures with the two captains, and I would imagine we're going to do the coin toss and shortly be underway. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining us, and I'll give this spot a promotion. If you haven't done so, and I don't know why you haven't done so, give this stream a like. I want to see how many likes I can get myself, just by myself. Give this stream a like. Follow the Sheffield United way. Follow my podcast with me and Noah, who usually does these things. Red Half of Sheffield. Give it a follow. Give it a listen. Give it a like. Give it a whatever you can do on social media, and just let's spread the wealth around the Blades Nation, and kind of show everybody a little bit of love. So it looks like the coin toss is done, but Tommy Doyle looks to be conversing with the ref. I'm not really sure what we're doing. It looks like the Blades will kick off. And I like the chat rows lighting up right now, singing the Greasy Chip Buddies song. Good to see you guys are involving. Just whatever's on your mind, chat row. I'll try and get to it throughout this game. I'm going to bring you the live commentary, and I'm going to try and get the clock going again so it's perfectly timed up. Blades are going to kick off. Tommy Doyle standing over the ball, and he will get us underway. The ref is the only one taking the knee. Blades are clapping, and we are underway. And so I'll throw the kickoff sign up, and the Blades are going from right to left. A ball out to the right-hand side that is won by Hull, and they're going to bring it up their left-hand side. They work the ball to a Stoopy on. I'm going to struggle with their numbers tonight. They are all in white, the backs of the Hull City players, and they're going to work it around to the right-hand side, and that is going to be Coyle on the ball now, and he's going to try and work it, but that is sought out by Jackie Longthrow himself, and we're going to work it back to Johnny Wrigley Spearmint Egan, and he's going to work it over to Anel, and we're just passing it around at the back right now. It's kind of almost one of those feeling out process here in the first 50 seconds of the game, and it works over to Ndai, and he tries to thread the ball through to Ndai, or to Jebo, excuse me, and it hits the Hull player in the chest. So Hull have the ball back, and it is with Sari, and he plays it over to the left-hand side to Greaves, and Hull give the ball away, but it is rolled all. United is unable to get on the ball and is won back to Hull, and they work it down the left-hand side where Johnny Squarehead Egan is able to see the ball out. So Hull have a throw just outside of our 18-yard box. So Hull are going to take this throw in. That's going to be Greaves is going to take the throw in, and he's going to get it to, stop me if you've heard this name before, Regan Slater. And it's going to roll out for a goal kick to one Wesley. Oh, no, it's a throw-in. It did not go out for a goal kick. It went for a throw-in. Bogle threw it in, and it looked like Ollie Norwood just hoofed it downfield. So it's going to be recycled by Hull, and they're going to try and work the ball down the right-hand side back to Coyle, and he is dispossessed. Ball into Ndai. Ndai on the ball, top of the box. He has a shot. It is deflected by Jebo, but falls to Sandy Burge in the box, and it's going to go out for a throw-in. A bit of something out of nothing for the Blades as the ball. Tommy Doyle won the ball back and gave it straight to Ndai. Ndai did his tornado spinning, had a shot, but it deflected off of Jebo. Sandy Barge was able to get on it, and it ran away for a Hull City throw-in. So they're taking a little bit of time wasting into effect now. It's just taking them a little bit to throw the ball in, but Hull have it, and they're working it down the left-hand sideline, and it's almost foot tennis, but the ball falls at the feet of Njai. He works the ball out to Jaden Bogle. Jaden Bogle loses possession back to Hull, and here come Hull again, working the ball through the back. And they'll work it up, and there should have been a foul, but there was none called, and Ahmed Hadzic is on the ball, working down the right-hand side. A give and go with Bogle back to Ahmed Hadzic, into Ndai. Illivan Ndai to Daniel Debison. It's 1-0 Blades. Get in. Come on. Come on, United. 1-0 Blades. 1-0. Let's go, boys. That's how we do it. A bit of skill from Illman Ndai to get the ball to Daniel Jebison, and Daniel Jebison slots it home, and it's 1-0 to the Mighty Blades, ladies and gentlemen. A little shocker. Inside of 5 minutes, Ndai worked the ball over to Jebison, and Jebison opposite right to the far right corner, past the keeper. 1-0 Mighty Blades. We are off and running, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Oh, man, it's making my score prediction look even better. Another Ndai assist, a Jebo goal. What a man on form. Oh, let's go through chat row. It is blowing up. Oh, Fat Jeb. Oh, yep. See, Scott, you called it. See, you have the mind. No, beautiful ball. Get in. Oh, man. It is just blowing up in chat row right now. It is absolutely blowing up, as it should be. 1-0 to the Blades. I'll put the goal scorer, Jebo, on 5 minutes. I'm impressed, man. I am impressed. Now the thing is if this result holds, do we start Sharp instead of Jebo next week against Wrexham? We shall only see. Now we are back under play. Sorry for me being too exuberant and getting away from the game. The ball has just rolled out for a Hull City throw. They are going to work the ball inside, working the ball through the midfield over to Coyle, who's on the ball now, and he is going to work the ball over to Christie, who gives the ball away, and it's cleared downfield all the way to the Hull goalkeeper, and they will recycle the ball. Oh, dumb idiot. It's me, 420. We are going up, saying we are going up. Ooh, it might look like it. It doesn't look like the transfer embargo news has hampered the Blades at the moment, but we're only just shy of 6 minutes into the game. If you're now just joining us, a goal from Jello 5 minutes in, Blades up 1-0, high flying. We started relatively good on the front foot. There hasn't been much negativity to start this game as the Blades work it back. Wes is on the ball, and he just hoofs it out of play. I don't really know what was going through Wesley's head there, but it's out for a whole throw. And they're going to work the ball back. It seems like Hull are scared to work the ball forward. They kind of work it to their midfielders, and then they just turn and pass it back to the back line. They're going to the Hull goalkeeper, Ingram, who is way out of his goal. He tries to lump the ball forward down the left, and it is won by Jaden Bogle, who heads it out of play in the Hull half. And Hull have another throw in, and Graves to take this one. He throws it in, and they lump the ball down the left-hand side. As the ball is cleared by Jackie Longthrow, and Jebo's on the ball to Ndai. Ndai on the ball, he spins but loses control. Jebo closes him back down, and Hull come away with it. Hull just working it real slow and methodical through the midfield. And they just try like this long ball over the top to lump it forward. And it never really works. It only gets as far as Coyle and Christie. And then nobody, like Estupiñán hasn't touched the ball. I haven't called his name as the ball comes in and is sought out by John Squarehead Egan. He lumps it up forward to Jebison. We're not really working the ball through their defense either. We're just kind of lumping it forward as it's called back for a foul on Bogle, and Hull will get us back underway, working it down the left-hand side. They give the ball to the aforementioned Oscar Estupiñán, and Connolly, a ball through to Connolly, and is saved by Wesley. He stacked the pads. The United players stopped and put their hands up to say he was offsides. The flag never went up. And we get let off the hook by a good save by West. I think Connolly kind of pulled up because I think he thought he was offsides. But nonetheless, inside of 9 minutes, an opportunity at both ends. So it's back to Hull's keeper. He works it down the left-hand side. It's won by Ahmed Hadzic, but then given away. And now they're working it through to Seri in the midfield, and he works it to Oscar Estupiñán. And he's trundled over by Jackie Longthrow in midfield. And he gets the ball over to Tommy Doyle. Tommy Doyle back to JLT. And they're going to work the ball over to Ahmed Hadzic. Ahmed Hadzic over to Ali Norwood. Norwood with a ping on the foot of Max Lowe. Max Lowe into the box, and United are going to have a corner. What a ball from Ali Norwood over the top. Landed right on the shoe tops of Max Lowe, and he carried the ball in and play, and it got deflected out for a United corner. And no one is going over to get this one. Ali Norwood just popping on the screen right now. But yeah, they're replaying the Hull ball through Estupiñán to Connolly, and West comes out and cuts his angles down. So good save by West. It looked offsides from where the camera was, and the defenders wanted offsides, but it never came. So the ball comes in, and it is cleared away by the goalkeeper, and it is going to go out for a Blades throw-in. Will Hardy, John Squarehead Egan, because he doesn't have a rounded head. He always he looks like a blockhead. United put the ball in, but it was cleared by Hull, and here come Hull the other way. That's going to be a foul on Ahmed Hadzic, and he is going to go in. Oh, that's Johnny Squarehead Egan goes into the book, and is it Egan or it was Ahmed Hadzic. Ahmed Hadzic will go into the book. And an early yellow, Ahmed Hadzic on an early yellow card inside 11. Yeah, I would agree with you, Danny. The pitch looks pretty bad. It looks bare in spots. I don't know what that's all about, but it looks real bare in spots. Hull have a throw in on the right-hand side. Coyle's going to take it. Waiting to throw this one in. Motioning men, and he's going to throw this about 5 yards. We're fixated on Heckenbottom, and it's going to go out for another Hull throw in. Yeah, Scott, Anel, yellow are already. I feel like we've already played like 30 minutes of this game. I look up, and there's only 11 minutes, 30 seconds gone. This is the clock in the right-hand corner is synced up with my stream. As the ball comes in, a low-lying cross from Coyle in, but West covers it up, and he now has the ball, and the Blades are going to get out and have a goal kick as the ball goes right to West. It was a good cross. He got right by Doyle. It was always snuffed out far post, and West had it red. So they're going to work the ball around the back line. It's on JLT's foot now. Back to Egan, and he's going to hoof it forward to Jaden Bogle, who's going to win the header, and he's going to put it back to Tommy Doyle, who's going to give it to Ollie Norwood, up to Sandy Barge, up to Jaden Bogle. We got an overlapping Ahmed Hadzic. Bogle holds on to the ball, sees Ndai at the top of the box. Ndai dispossessed at the top of the D in the box, and it's cleared out. West is going to clear the ball back down. I don't know if Bogle's going to be on sides. Bogle! Oh, West cleared the ball downfield, and the whole back line was pulled so far out that it was perfectly timed. It fell on the shoe tops of Bogle, and everybody thought Bogle was offsides. He went around his man and kicked the ball into his chest, and it's going to go out for United corner. Simon, this is exhausting right now. I might run out of steam here. So United do have a corner. 13 and 20 seconds on the clock. Norwood will whip this one in. And it's past everyone. It touches a whole defender, but Tommy Doyle gets on it, crosses it back in, and it falls to, it looked like Ahmed Hadzic, back to Max Lowe at the top of the box. He gives it to Ollie Norwood, back to Max Lowe. Ollie Norwood back out to Jaden Bogle, who's playing in defense right now. Ollie Norwood with a ping across the pitch to a Tommy Doyle, who finds Ilman Ndai in the box. Ilman Ndai over to Sandy Barge. Sandy Barge on the ball. A low lining cross. It comes in, makes a save out of the Hull goalkeeper, and it goes out for a blade throw in. The boys look like they want more. It's all blades at the minute. Since we've gotten possession back there, it has been all blades, just turning the screw, and we work it back through John Egan, who's on the ball. He gives it to Ollie Norwood in the midfield, and Ollie Norwood's ball is deflected out for a free kick. It's all blades right now. Yeah, a lot of positivity in chat row with Ndai. He looks on it. You know, he's bringing 2 to 3 defenders on every time he gets the ball. So that should say something about his recent play. As we play the ball out from West, Sandy Barge got it over to Jaden Bogle. Bogle won a throw-in. He throws the ball in, and we're working the ball to Ollie Norwood, to Tommy Doyle, back to Norwood, over to JLT. JLT, a loose pass that was deflected by a Hull player, and it's going to go out for a Hull throw, or a blades throw in our end. Oh, man, this is... So the Blades have a throw, and this is frantic stuff. It doesn't seem as frantic as I'm talking, but this is end-to-end stuff here, as Hull now have a throw after we won it, hoofed it forward, and went out of play off of one of our players. So Hull have a throw in just inside the United half. Yes, Simon, West Brom and Burnley were 15 minutes behind us. They had a 3 p.m. kickoff. We had a 2:45 or 7:45 and 8 o'clock. It's kind of wonder why both of these games did not get picked up for Sky, but I guess their allotment is only one championship game in the time slot. Hull have a throw in that the ball is pushed all the way back to Wesley, and Wes is going to just knocking the ball around his box, and now he picks it up after Oscar Estupiñán. So there's a bit of time wasting. On both sides. Hull to start the match, and now United just a tad bit of messing about at the back with the ball, eating some clock. We're going to work the ball from the right-hand side. Nice ball from Bogle to Jebison. Sandy Barge into Jebo to make it 2, and it's saved by Ingram. Oh, what a good ball through to Jebo. He's got to make it two there. The ball's back to Bogle. Now to Tommy Doyle. Back to Ollie Norwood. Ollie Norwood looks for a ping, but he pulls it back. He does a small ping, but it's going to go out of play. Looking for Max Load on the left-hand side. It's going to be Hull throw in. Should have been 2-0 Jebo. But Ingram stands tall. What a ball from Sandy Barge. Plays Jebo in, and just keeper cuts his angles down and makes it was a good save. It was a good save. Everything you asked for from Jebo, but just missing the goal. Now Blade's back on it, and Jebo just dispossessed by Sari. He gives it to Regan Slater. It's cut out by Ahmed Hodzic. And Ahmed Hodzic back to Jaden Bogle. Bogle, we're going to play this one back to square head. And we're going to just knock it about right now. Ollie Norwood coming awful deep to pick the ball up. Yeah, chances galore to start. Yeah, you're not wrong, Noah. I would agree with you. It should be 2-0, Scott. Hopefully we don't rue that missed opportunity. We only get one shot, one opportunity. Ollie Norwood with a ping looking for Jebison, and it's won back by Hull, and here come Hull on the right side. It's with Christie. He's working the ball. He's trying to find Connolly. It's deflected by Jackie Long, throws backside. And United clear through Tommy Doyle all the way up to Jebo. Jebo's unable to get a hold of the ball. And now, with a mishap at the back through Hull and Dye on the ball, he's outside of the box. His shirt's being pulled. I can see it from here. Where's the foul, ref? He's being pulled. Now Jebo stands over the ball, trying to be fancy footwork and Dye. And there's going to be a ping, a great ping in from Ollie Norwood. No one home to Max Lowe to the top of the box to Tommy Doyle, and he gives it to the Hull player, and Hull are able to see it out working down the right-hand sideline. Oh, a rash challenge. Tommy Doyle tried to get the ball and came in for a rash challenge, and Tommy Doyle is going to go in the book now. And that foul was on Connolly. He was off to the races. And Tommy Doyle went for the ball, but then he halfway through, he didn't really slide like a normal slide. It's almost his trailing foot just kind of impeded him and slowed him up, and it made him what clattered him into the Hull player Connolly. And so we're starting to pile up the yellow cards. That is Tommy Doyle on one, Ahmed Hodzic on one. Scott deserves one, says Simon. He deserves a yellow card. Now Hull worked the ball across the pitch, and it is fouled off by Ahmed Hodzic, and it falls to a Hull player, and he's going to hoof it down, and it stays in play, and it falls to a Hull player. And Hull's going to work it through Connolly. He's been their brightest player so far. Connolly on the ball now. He gives it away. They're going to work it down the left-hand side. They're going to work it through the midfield. I cannot see their numbers while their backs are turned to me. The ball comes in to Christie. West punches it away out for a Hull City throw-in. Let me know your early thoughts, guys. What you think, your honest opinions of this Blade side as we're just past 20 minutes. We're in the 21st minute. Let us know what your thoughts are. Scott. Shocker here. West Brom's up 1-0. 1-0. That means we're closing the gap on on Johnny's Burnley. So, as they say, the cheese gets a little bit more binding. So the ball back with Ingram, the Hull goalkeeper, and he's kind of fancy footing it around, and Hull are going to come and work it down the right-hand side here. And they're trying to feed the ball to Estupiñán, which Squarehead has got him in his back pocket. And now it's back to United. Bogle, the ball falls to Bogle, and it deflects off a Hull player. It doesn't go out of play. Hull are back on the ball. looking for a cross. Connolly and a Stupion in the box, but it's cleared out by squarehead John Egan all the way to Jaden Bogle. But Hull, of course, win the ball back, and Hull are having a bit of possession now. United penned in here. They're soaking up the pressure as another ball comes in. It's deflected out by Ahmed Hadzic. A looping ball comes in for Oscar Estupiñán, and it goes over the bar for a goal kick to Dem Blades. Yep, it was deflected out by Ahmed Hadzic. Estupiñán loops it in, and it goes out for a corner. So Hull are growing into this game, being albeit 23 minutes in. You know, the Blades have been, I don't know, I'd say they've been the better side, aka they have the goal, but I mean, Hull have grown back into the game since the goal has gone in. So it balls back with the United, working the ball around to JLT. JLT back to Squarehead, over to, he's gonna ping it to Jaden Bogle. Bogle is gonna get on the end of this. If he keeps it in play, the Blades are gonna have an attack here in the Hull City box. Bogle can't get around his man, and he's dispossessed. Bogle has not been very good tonight, in my opinion. Bogle dispossessed, and Hull hump it downfield, and it's won by Jackie Long throw over to Squarehead Egan, and we're going to work it down that right-hand side as we slow the pace down. We're working it between Norwood, Ahmed Hadzic, and Tommy Doyle. Over to Max Lowe on the left-hand side. Max Lowe is going to bring the ball in. He swings it across, and it's to no one, and it's going to go out for a Hull throw in Hull's end. I would agree with you, Simon. Bogle, they lost it real easy. Bogle, for me, hasn't impressed tonight. He hasn't looked very good. So Hull have a throw in their end on the far side. They're going to hoof it forward. Ahmed Hadzic wins the ball. Man, he is just a menace in the back. He wins the ball back, but it falls to a Hull player, and here come Hull on the counter. Coyle running down the sidelines. He sees Seri. He's going to lay it off to Seri. Seri's going to try and cross the ball back to Coyle. Coyle crosses it in. Heads go up, and it's cleared out by the Blades, and the Blades are going to work the ball back down. Norwood tries to get the ball to Jebison. The game is real stretched right now. It's almost like watching an NBA basketball game. Back and forth, back and forth. Hull are on the ball. Coyle over to Seri. Seri holds the ball back to Coyle. And now Hull are going to work it around. Their keeper is living a dangerous life. He's on the ball, but he's outside of his box. So if we can have something where we lose the ball and chip him, it might go in, because we're going to catch Ingram off his line. So ball back with Ingram now. He's going to lump it forward, all the way forward. It's going to be sought out by Jackie Long throw, and the ball falls to Ollie Norwood. Tommy Doyle is on the ball. He gets it up to Jebo. Jebison is being tugged back. Now Tommy Doyle on the ball. And we're just kind of working around the midfield. Ollie Norwood on the ball with a ping over to Jaden Bogle. Jaden Bogle on the ball now on this right-hand side. It's kind of slow build-up pace from United right now. And we're just working it around the back from Egan and Jackie Long throw over to Max Lowe, who he's going to play it back to John Egan. John Egan over to Ollie Norwood. Man, Ollie Norwood is playing really deep. Does anybody else notice how deep he's came to get the ball almost every time we have the ball? He's playing a really, really, really deep position. So the United give the ball away, and Hull have it on the left-hand side. They're kind of working it up through the midfield back to Ingram. Now Hull still on the ball, but we're pressing high within Dye, and the ball goes out for a United corner, or not a United corner, a United throw-in just outside, I'd say level with the 6-yard box, but we have a throw-in. Can we get a JLT long throw? Nope. It won't be Jackie long throw taken. Jaden Bogle works the ball inside to Tommy Doyle. Norwood's on it. Ahmed Hadzic back to Doyle. Doyle, back to Norwood, back to Doyle. They're going back and forth, people, 1-on-1. Now we're back all the way to squarehead John Egan. Sandy Barge on the ball now. A little bit of ticky-tack. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Back to John Egan. He lumps it forward for a running Jaden Bogle. Jaden Bogle on the right-hand side gets on the ball. He's trying to be fancy foot with Greaves. The ball goes out for United throw, and we throw it in immediately. Ahmed Hodge is dispossessed, but he gets back on the ball. Back over to Tommy Doyle, over to Egan, into Norwood, back to Egan, back to JLT, up to Ndai over to Max Lowe. And that was a misread. Max Lowe going one way, Ndai going the other, and it'll be a Hull City throw-in. There's something about cheese, and then I'm not really sure. I must have missed it in chat row. Something about a second half, and by a Noah Red Half podcast. Too brilliant. Yeah. Cheese. The cheese is a little bit more binding, folks. So it's going to be out for a whole throw in the United half. Noah chiming in. Yeah. Hull have a throw in, and it's Coyle on the right hand side. He's going to throw it in, try and get it to Oscar Estupion, and it goes out for a Blades throw. Blades throw deep in their half. And we'll come again. We'll see what we can do. Also, chat row, let me know what your favorite game time drink is. I mentioned before the game started, mine is Guinness. Let's see chat row light up with whatever your pre-match, during match, post-match drink may be. Close second, or 1B for me, Carling. I love Carling. Can't get it over here in the States. I drink Carling every single day if I could. I can't get it over here in the States. Will somebody just ship me an entire box of it, please? Back to the match. United have the ball in Hull's half, and Max Lowe gives the ball away. Ollie Norwood gets the ball back and crosses it over to, what a ping from Ollie Norwood, over to Jaden Bogle. Jaden Bogle working the ball up to Sandy Barge. Sandy Barge with a cross, draws a save out of Ingram. The ball's up for grabs in the box. Hull are going to come away with it, and they're going to hump it forward to Connolly. Connolly's going to lose out to Jackie Longthrow. Oh, man. So I see some Stella, Lager and Cider. Usually what? Simon Yorkshire Tea. But all right, Wayne, that's a shock. I didn't butt heavy. Wow. Whiskey amount. It depends on the match result. Orange. Wow, this is. Oh, okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, I absolutely love Guinness and I absolutely love Carling. It's those 1A and 1B for me. Wayne, Jack Daniels, he's going with Budweiser and then Jack Daniels. God, that's a heck of a trio there. Oh God, that'll give you one hell of a hangover the next day. Back to the match. Coyle on the ball over to Sari. Hull have it in and around our box. United win the ball back. Max Lowe's trying to win it. No, that was Jefferson trying to win it. He's being wrestled. He loses out on it. And Ndai tried to win the ball, and here come Hull again. Connolly on the ball, and they're working it down the left-hand side now. As they seem to just be so slow in working it up. Now they hoof it up, and it's going to be in the safe, guarded hands of one Wes Fodderingham. Dublin Blade. Wow, interesting. Sam Adams or Yingling. Okay. Train station for drinking Carling. Why? Yeah, it's like you can find Stella anywhere over here. There you go. There's nothing wrong with that. United back on the ball, and Jebo's going to chase this one down in the far corner. It's real choppy over there. Real mud hole in the corners. Yeah. Yeah, an honest man said never had a hangover. Yeah, I don't believe it. It's real choppy in the corners, real muddy muck. Uh, so Jackie long throw with his infamous long throws. We pile everybody into the box, and let's see if we can get a head onto this one. Ahmed Hodzic, Egan in there. Somebody go up for it. Ahmed Hodzic goes up for it, but he loses out. United retain possession to Bogle. Back to Norwood. Norwood throws it back in the mixer over to Jackie Longthrow, who gets it to Tommy Doyle, who's going to swing it in. Not a bad cross, but Son cleared out by Hall, and it falls back to United all the way back to Wesley in goal. So he's going to hoof it forward and over everybody, and it's going to go. Is it going to go out for a? Nope. Hull are back on it, and they're just passing it around the back. Good point, Scott. Did the Prince stop paying the groundsman? The rest of the pitch looks good. It's just by like the touchline, and I can't see the far corners. I don't know if you guys can, but it just looks like we've had 4 or 5 games in the last week there. And it's like we did play at home last weekend, and it'll give a little bit of a break. Oh, here we go. They're squaring up to each other. Jackie Longthrow and Connolly squaring up. Who do you guys have in a fight? Put in the chat real quick. Who do you have in 4 rounds of boxing, JLT or Connolly for Hull City? It was I don't know. It was just a coming together between the two. And now Norwood's being called over. Jackie Longthrow's being called over. Connolly's being called over. Connolly is on the smaller side. Jackie Longthrow's probably got him by about 4 or 5 inches. Reach, I'd say Jackie Longthrow. I'm taking JLT every day in this one. As they have a talking to, and the ref sends them off their separate ways to only run into each other here in about 30 seconds. As Hull have a free kick for the foul on Connolly from Jackie Longthrow. And we're waiting for this one to take. Let's see. Sari's about to take this free kick, and it's god awful. United might have a break. The ball falls to Doyle. Oh, Norwood tried to ping it over the top, but it was deflected. Ball's back to Sari, over to Christie, back to Sari. And, that's going to be a foul. That is going to be a foul on Ollie Norwood. He comes in. That's another one for the Blades. I don't know how we don't finish this game with 10 men based on all the fouls going around. Norwood did tag him. It was kind of one of those bang situations, and Ollie Norwood in the book 35 minutes into the match. It was deserving of a yellow card. He did take Connolly out, and that was almost like a here's one for JLT type incident. Although I don't think it was premeditated. So Sari standing over the ball. They have a free kick, but it's not in a dangerous area. It's just inside the halfway line. He's going to lump it forward. And this one's going to go out for a Blades throw-in as Greaves goes up for it. Greaves or Graves? I'm not really sure. Graves goes up for it, and he heads it out for a Blades throw-in. Yeah, I would agree, Scott. He needs it. We're getting a little cagey. This game seems a little cagey. We need to settle down just a little bit. Hull have a throw in on the left-hand side. Graves is on the ball now. And we're closing him down. I think Regan Slater just played that out of play, and it's a United throw in our half. We're probably just going to try and lump it as we're on in the 37th minute. That stream in the right-hand corner, guys, is synced up with my stream. So if you're a little bit ahead, just pause it and sync up with me. If you're behind me, I'm sorry you're behind me. But It is what it is. We're 36 and 42 seconds. And United threw the ball in and gave it back away. It will be a Hull City corner. Thanks, Hal. I'm doing a cracking job. Remember, hit that like button. I want to see how many likes I can get by myself. Solo mission today, guys. Solo mission for Chad. So Hull throw it back in. We have a bit of head tennis going around. United back on the ball. Jebo won the ball but gave it away. And here come Hull again with Coyle working up the right-hand side over to Seri. Seri works the ball inside, and he's going to look for Estupiñán. That's not going to get to him. Sandy Barge is going to clear it away, and Dye goes down after getting on the ball, and it's back to Seri. And now it's back to Coyle, who looks over to Christie, who Max low, and it goes out for a Hull throw-in. Estupiñán gets on the ball, works it to Connolly. Don't know how there's no foul on Sandy Barge there. He just marauds right through. Blades have numbers in the counter, and Dye short changes Ahmed Hadzic, and he's contested, and it's going to go out for a Blades throw-in. Oh, yes, good point, Hal. Yes, if they're behind me, you can pause it and sync up your times, and nothing will be wrong. So United have the ball. They work the ball to Sandy Barge in the box. He's going to drive it home. Oh, he crosses it. No one's home. It falls to Seri in the box. In Hull, work it out. That was a great ball in by Sandy, but nobody was home. And here come Hull down the right-hand side. Connolly on the ball. He works the ball inside. He's trying to get it to Estupiñán. It falls to Christie on the right-hand side. He's going to look to cross it, but Tommy Doyle closes him down. Coyle on the ball now. A bit of possession here by Hull. It's going to be worked in through across to Connolly. He's going to try and hammer it. It's deflected. It falls into the safe hands of Wes. And we're just going to take a bit of the sting out, let everybody get forward. Wes kind of motioning them to get forward. And he's kind of waiting on. He's going to run this out to he bowls it out to Jackie Long, throwing the Blades are going to come down the left-hand side. Ball down the left-hand side, looking for Jebo, falls to the feet of Coyle. Coyle's going to work it back down. They're working it to Estupiñán, but Egan sees it through to safe hands Wes, and he's going to bowl it out to Doyle. Doyle works up the left-hand side. He's looking for a player, and Dye gets on the ball, and Dye trudging through the midfield over to Max Lowe. Max Lowe, a low ball comes in, and it's cleared by Hull. Max Lowe again on the ball, back over to Tommy Doyle. Tommy Doyle looking up, looks for Jackie Long throw, back to Tommy Doyle, to Max Lowe, to Tommy Doyle, back to Jackie Long throw. Jackie Long throw, looks to Tillman and Dye, back to Jackie Long throw. Hull are not really pressing our players. They're giving us space to pass. Max Lowe works it into, and Dye loses out, but only to Sandy Barge. Norwood over to Bogle. A lot going on right now. United are pressing. United turning the screw. United have another corner. Whew. Man, a lot going on. Jaden Bogle going to throw the ball back in. He'll hump it back over to Ahmed Hadzic. Back to Egan. We're working the ball around the back. Back to Ahmed Hadzic. He's kind of standing over the ball. He works it back to Norwood. Norwood back to John Egan. John Egan works the ball over to Jackie Long throw. Up to Illiman and Dye. Back over to John Egan. Over to Ahmed Hadzic. Oh, that's Ollie Norwood over to Jaden Bogle. Ollie Norwood has been, for me, our best player. Jaden Bogle megs the Hull City player. A low line and cross. It gets deflected. Falls to no one in the box. Where's the United players at? We should be 5-0 up at this point. Tommy Doyle has a shot on goal that is saved by Ingram for a Blades throw in. The Blades are turning the screw. It's all Blades at the moment. It's all Blades. Come on. What an effort for Tommy Doyle. If Ingram doesn't get down to that ball, that's a sneak inside the inside post goal from Tommy Doyle. I think he uses the post to help it in. That was some effort from a very, very far distance help. Uh, thanks, Simon, for the credit. Here comes the corner from Norwood. He swings it in. Heads go up. Egan tries to get it. He loses out. Max Lowe's going to push it back all the way to Wes, who's in his lawn chair. He gets out of the lawn chair to pass it to Jaden Bogle, who's going to work it to Tommy Doyle. Tommy Doyle on the ball now. He crosses it down the left-hand side to Max Lowe. Max Lowe is going to go out for a goal kick. Oh, it should have been a free kick. It should have been a free kick. Or at least a corner. I don't know. Max Lowe was taken out. They're showing the replay of Bogle magging the whole defender. Oh, they're going to show the Doyle effort again from. Whew, I don't know if it ever would have went in. It looked like it would have clanked off the post, but still, nonetheless, Ingram with a good save for Hull, honestly. United back on the ball with Tommy Doyle. He finds Sandy Barge. Sandy Barge has Bogle streaking down the right-hand side. He's going to cross it in. Sandy Barge with the header, and it's over the bar. It should have been another United goal. It should have been another United goal. We should have 5. We should have 5 by now. Oh, man. Tommy Doyle to Sandy Barge. Sandy Barge works it to... Oh, that was Jebison with a cross. Oh, Jebison, my fault. I thought it was Jaden Bogle on that right-hand side. Jebo with the cross and a Sandy Barge, and he mistimed the header, and it goes wide. Oh. I would love to do screw MLS. I want to do United. I love doing United as it's out for a Hull City corner from their goal kick off of that Sandy Barge miss. It's out on the left-hand side to Hull for a throw-in. They're trying to get open. Doesn't look like anybody's open. They're taking their sweet time. Take your sweet time, baby Jesus, as they get it in. And it's going to be won back by United. Tommy Doyle having a day in midfield. He tries to get the ball up to Jebison. Jebison loses out. Hull come again. Graves on the ball. He gives it back. They're going to go cross-field pass to Coyle. Coyle on the ball. Now it's back to Ingram and goal, and Hull are going to work it again. Hull work it down the left-hand side. They try to header to Oscar Stupian. It is cleared out by, you know his name, Ahmed Hazic. John Egan on the ball now to Ali Norwood. Back to John Squarehead Egan. He's going to work the ball down to Ahmed Hazic. Up the right-hand side to Sandy Barge to Jaden Bogle. Back to Ahmed Hadzic. Back to John Egan, and we're just messing around with it at the back. Back to JLT. Hull are not really pressing our defensive players. JLT is going to try and work it up the left-hand side, and he turns. He's going to turn, and he's going to try and find Jebo, who gets ahead to it to try and get it to Ndai. Ndai is not able to get. Ndai, since the goal, has not really factored into this United side very much. Hull, it goes back to Ingram. Now Hull working up the left-hand side. They're trying to work through a Stupian, and it's not working. Scott said there's 2 added minutes. 2 added minutes to go in the first half. It's all the way back to West, and West sees it out for a throw in to Hull down the right-hand side. It looks like Graves is going to try and take this one. Oh, it's been end-to-end stuff. I hope I'm bringing it to you guys as best as I can describe it. It really has been an entertaining match. As we work halfway through the first minute of added time, United back on the ball. Bogle comes away with it. He tries to get the ball to Ndai. It's cut off by Sari. And Slater works it down the left-hand side, but he's bullied off the ball by Sandy Barge. That's our ball. That should be a Blades throw-in, and it is. Blades throw-in deep in the United half. We're going to try and maybe work something from this or just see this half out. I'd be okay with seeing this half out with about 50 seconds to go. Bogle is going to take the throw-in. And he's kind of walking down the touchline trying to get the ball in. Surely this is going to add a few seconds on to the end of it. It finds a Hull head. He's going to work it back inside to Ndai. Ndai is on the ball now. Ndai to Norwood. Norwood over the top to Jebo. That's going to run out for a Hull throw with 30 seconds till halftime. It's going to be a Hull throw in the Hull end with on my clock, about 20 seconds remaining in the first half. A pretty positive half. We could be easily 4-0 up. Hull have offered nothing aside from the one Connolly chance. They have offered nothing. We should be 3 or 4-0 up. I don't know what Chat Row thinks. Agree with me. Don't agree with me. Leave your first half thoughts and what you would change in the second half in the chat, and I'll try and get to them as I debrief. That is halftime. Blades are in front, 1-0 from a Jebo goal. I'm going to slow it down just a bit. It has been a enthralling, as I'll put the banner up, it has been an enthralling half. I don't mean to add a bit of spice to this, but it has been that sort of game where it's been almost an end-to-end type game. Although Hull seem to have a wall up when it gets around the 18-yard box, and United, it seems that we just are doing, if we can keep control of the ball for, I don't know, a couple possessions, surely a goal is screaming out for us. Another goal. Like I said, it honestly could be 3-4-0 right now. It could be. But as it stands now, Hull 0, Blades 1. We are. What's the score? Does anybody have the score of WBA against Johnny's Burnley? Thanks, Wayne, for the positive vibes. Doing a great job. Thanks. Change nothing. Scott says change nothing, but the lads calm down. Yeah, and not get a red. That's very important because, especially with us only being up a goal, if we have somebody sent off, then we're down to 10 men. That's not what I'm about. I want to keep our heads in the second half because, bear with me, I'm going to pull up the first half stats, and all West Brom are leading 35 minutes into the first half. So we have Ollie Norwood on a yellow card, Tommy Doyle on a yellow card, Ahmed Hodzic on a yellow card. Probably you're going to see Doyle or Norwood get replaced by McAtee in the second half. I'm just calling it out off of yellow cards. We don't want to get a red with one of those two. Ahmed Hodzic on a yellow card. I'm not really worried about him, only if we get caught on a counter. That's where we could be more susceptible. That's where you like to think like Bash would come in for him, maybe. Hal says I'm making more exciting than it is. It's been all United, for the most part. Like I said, Hull has that wall that seems to be up on our 18-yard box. They really haven't offered anything. We have FootMob is the app that I'm using to tell me stats, and they say we have 54% of possession, 46 to Hull. Expected goals in that half were 1.26. Expected goals from Hull, just over a half a goal. So not really offering much from the Tigers. So I like to see more in the second half. Just get us over the line, guys. Let's add another one in the second half. Let's add another 3. Is there anybody in chat row that's in agreement with me? This could easily be 3-4-0 United. Am I too far stretched to say that we, with the amount of chances we had, we could be up by more? I mean, call myself through and through Blades supporter, but if Jebo buries that second one, the Tommy Doyle effort goes in, and Sandy Barge's effort goes in. Ugh. Surely can't be serious. Really, Hal? Wow, you think it's fair? That's one. I mean, it is 1-0 after all. But Simon, he's in agreement with me. Should be 3-0, 3-1. Honestly, if West doesn't make that, if West doesn't make that save, yeah, it's 1-1. Oh, wow! I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. Doing this by myself, when Noah and Robert are busy, Hal and Nick's at the game. Hal's shaking babies and kissing hands in Cyprus. Um, thanks for the tip, Key, aka Bag. Um, I took it upon myself to set this up and do a solo mission, see what happens. And it's been a fun experience. And if the guys can't get together and they're all doing something, I'm down to do this again. As long as you guys are as long as you guys are enjoying it. And yeah, let me know your feedback. You could say, hey, this guy sucks and he needs to just shut up and just let us watch the second half, or he can give us the enthralling second half that I'm about to give you. But yeah, I really appreciate the tip, man. It's what it goes forward, you know, helping this Chef United way site out, and it just, we're growing the brand. That's all we're doing. Um, not taking, I would agree with you, Scott. We're not taking our chances. We've had the chances. But you like to think the sustained pressure of United in the second half is going to wear this whole City defense down. Um, Noah, that was a joke too, shaking babies and kissing hands. um, but yeah, you like to think if we're able to sustain pressure, we can wear this whole back line down. And if we make a couple of positive changes, bringing James McAtee, who's been playing honestly like the world's on fire been in great form over the last, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 games. If we bring him in, he could spark something. I think you keep Jebo in for the whole entire game. I don't think we bring Sharp on at all. Jebo has looked to have been fighting for every single ball and chasing it down. He has so much more pace than Sharp. We really don't have anything to lose next week with going away to Wrexham. I think we're good enough with Sharp starting up front to beat Wrexham. But it's one of those deals, I'm not the manager. Heck, he's not going to listen to me. He might throw Sharp on for the last 10, 15-minute cameo, stick his butt out there, grab a couple of fouls, slow the game down, whatnot. Double Blade, appreciate it. Really good commentary you are, Chad. Keep it up. Keep the good work. Yeah, I just don't have a chance usually when we do commentary. Noah usually does it, or Robert does it, to let my commentary experience come through. So I figured, why not give it a shot being solo. I did get put on the spot one time about a month or 2 months ago when Noah's computer died. I had to do the beginning match. I forget what match that was, but Robert came and bailed me out in the second half. So yeah, this is fun and I love doing it. And I hope Hal and Nick keep us on, and we can do it while we're up in the Prem, because I definitely want to do it if we get promoted to the Prem, because it'll be pretty cool. Even though most of those games, I'm not really sure what the restrictions are with when it comes to the Prem. I think they only show 1 3 p.m. kickoff over in England, so it probably will still lend it to the watch-alongs. Will help you guys watch it because we get to see all of the matches obviously over here. I did not do speed. I'm often accused of doing that because I'm so high energy, even at work. Yeah, Scott, thanks for the good shout outs. Yeah, Simon, 1 of 7 times Noah's computer has died. Yep. And we do love Noah and Robert, but yeah, exactly. We love them all. No chance to get rid of our American cousins. No. But yeah, second half coming up shortly. Really enjoying it. I wouldn't make any changes personally. Keep the same 11 out there. I will put up for you guys because honestly, the game's been going by so crazy. I'll put the Blades team back out there. I don't see any changes to that starting 11. And my question is this our best side, honestly, right now? Is this our best starting 11 we possibly have? I mean, aside from McBurney and McAtee, there's not really too many people that are listed on the bench that you would plug into the side. Call me crazy, but I just think that's our our best team out there. And honestly, do we see McBurney get thrown out there, or is he out there just kind of just to scare the whole city defense and be like, oh, we have to think about him, See, uh Scott, I agree with you. McBurney 15 20 minutes. Just give him a little run out. I wonder if he gets I wouldn't put him in almost danger next week against Wrexham because you got to think those National League boys, rough and tumble league down there, and us dropping down to face them in the cup at home. The refs are probably going to be on their side, so it's not going to be in our favor. I wouldn't risk him next week. I wouldn't even put him on the bench. I'd put him way. I'd tell him to stay home. I'd just bring all the youth players. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. McBurney will be our fourth back. It's nearly our best team. See, Andrew, yeah. But yeah, like I said, you got McAtee and you got McBurney on the bench. So obviously McBurney comes back healthy. I'd slot him in there over Jebo. Jebo, yep. Leon, yeah, I would agree with that. Jebo coming into his own. He is, and you think, he's been around the club so long, and honestly, he's still a teenager. He's still a teenager, and he feels like he's been here early, so long in his career. We'll put this little plug in for the Sheffield United way. A little teaser for you lot. We have an interview with a former Blade coming up soon. He made over 380 appearances. Drop who you think it is. Hell's not going to give it away. He's sworn to secrecy. Just drop who you think it might be, ? And you'll have to wait for that content to come out, and we'll see who it is. But I think we're still waiting. There's a few players warming up on the pitch. Teams have not came out from halftime. Let's see if we all know who that could be. Let's see. I saw another definitely Mark Duffy ? I don't know. It's only Hal and Nick that do. So we shall see in a few weeks. Leon, this is a good thought. If we go up 2-3-0, put Koulibaly in there, see what he has, give him a little bit of a run out for a little bit. As I'm supporting your back-to-back national champion Georgia football team with my koozies. That's my college football team back-to-back. That means 2 years in a row. Kings of college football. So that's a little plug for Georgia football. Kevin's with Patty Kenny. I don't know. You'll just have to wait and see. So guys, little question for you guys. With the halftime score being 1-0, what do you guys think the full-time score is going to be at the end of this 90 minutes? Throw it in chat row. Let's see what we got. I still am going with 3-0, guys. And we could have been there at halftime. But we shall see what the Blades do in the second half. Just keep almost pouring it on, turning the screw. Every little bit we can get. Every little cool. Oh, wow. Dublin Blade comes in here with I think that was his scoreline at the beginning of the game. Scott, 2-1. I mean, we never keep clean sheets. I could see that. Us getting another and then Hull pulling one back about 75 minutes, making me chew all my fingernails down. Chris said 1-1, but he thinks we'll get 2 more to finish 3-0 up. I like it. It looks like we're about to rejoin the commentary team on SUTV to start your second half. So I'm going to have a little bit of swig of water to lube my pipes back up as, yes, the players are back out as Hull has come out of the tunnel. I'm assuming the Blades are already out because they're closing the tunnel back down. Blades are out and ready. So we will be underway here shortly. I got to get this right so we get the banner. So we're right for the second half. Estupiñán will be taking the opening half kick, and Hull will be going right to left. If I forgot to mention that in the first half. So Blades will be going left to right. And Hull are about to get us underway. We're checking the referee. Referee's checking to see all the times are synced up. And we are underway. Estupiñán gets it underway. Oh, man. So Hull are going to work it down the right-hand side, and it's going to go out for a Blades throw. So about 15 seconds into the second half, the Blades have a throw in our own end. I think we should see more of the same in the second half as the Jackie Long throw comes in, and the ball is going to be lifted over the top for Jebo to fall on the top of, and he's fouled in the Hull City end about 35 yards away from goal. And is he going into the book? No, that will be a no. Jones was the one that committed the foul on Jebo. Oh, no. Hell, if it finishes 3-2, my voice is going to be completely shot. I mean, that would be an enthralling match. Let's do it. Let's call for a 3-2. Let's go. So Blades have a free kick about 35 yards out. It looks like Norwood and Tommy Doyle stand over the ball. Hull do have 2 players in the wall. So the free kick is going to come in. I'd lay it off to Jebo or to Bogle, and Norwood with the cross in, and it falls to Egan at the back stick, and he has a half-hearted effort, and it is falling into the hands of Ingram. It was a good effort. It got flicked on by the looks. Yeah, Jebo flicked that bad boy to the back post, and Egan kind of half-heartedly swung his peg through it, and it was easily saved. And Hull come again, and they lose out possession. It falls to the Blades, but it hits Jebo in the back and falls to Regan Slater in midfield. He's going to work the ball through the midfield out to Coyle. Coyle's going to work the ball probably to Christie. He's going to lay it off to Christie. Back to Coyle. Coyle on the ball. He works it into Connolly. Connolly on the ball now. Connolly over to Seri. Seri on the ball now. He turns with his back to goal, and he passes it back to the back line to Coyle. Down the right-hand side now. Over to Seri. Back to Coyle now. Those seem to be their link-up players. Coyle, Seri, and Christie. All the way. Ball's going to go all the way back to Ingram. It's short to Ingram. Jebo has a chance to pounce on it, and he does not. The ball runs away. Oh, and it's back to Ingram. This will get back. Oh, Jebo's getting close. They're leaving the ball short for Ingram, and Jebo's jumping on it. It's falling out of the hand. It's falling right to Ingram, and he's able to secure it and kick it away, and it's going to be a Hull throw deep in their end, about 18 yard, parallel with the 18-yard box, and they're going to try and come again. Yep, we're good to go. How lubed up. D8 says final score is going to be 1-0. Ninja says 2-0 incoming 3 points. I hope you guys are right. I hope you guys are right. So Hull are going to hoof it forward. It falls to Egan, he heads it to Connolly, and Connolly heads it back to Egan. Egan clears it, but only to a Hull player who pings it off of Sandy Barge, and it goes out for a Hull City throw-in. And they're Hull come again with it. They're going to work it to Coyle. Coyle working it around to Christie into Connolly, and there's going to be a free kick. Is there going to be a yellow card for JLT? Looks like no. Oh, gee, boy. WBA 32% possession. Wow. Boy, that's not good. It doesn't matter about that game. We're focused on the Blades. Hull City has a free kick about 25 yards away from goal. Sari's going to cross this one in. He stands over the ball, waiting for the official to say, go ahead and kick it, young fella. He's going to swing the ball in, and it is going to be over everybody. And I'm not sure why Jebo cleared it, but he did, and it went out for a Hull throw. 50 minutes into this one, 5 minutes into the second half. It's kind of been a little bit of a seesaw, back and forth. Graves is going to take the throw in here. He's going to hand it off to wants another ball. I guess that ball isn't good enough for Hull. Oh, man. So here, Graves on the ball. He gets it to Regan Slater. Back to Regan Slater again. And then Hull are just, it's been the similar thing, man. Ingram is living a dangerous life. He is way out of his box. And he lumps it forward and is headed away by Jackie Long throw, only as far as Sari. He gets the ball to Connolly. Sandy Barge just hoops it downfield. And it falls to, I didn't know Ilman Ndai was on the field. Oh, he gets dragged down. Should have been a foul. They play on. Ahmed Hadjic, that could be a second yellow. He crashes through Regan Slater. The official does not go to his book. At least I don't see so. But that could have been a second yellow card for Ahmed Hadjic, and probably should have been. And he should be probably shown his walking papers. But it's waived a free kick. Hull have it in their half. It's up to Connolly over to Christie. He gets pushed in the back 2-3 times. Jackie Long throw gets ran into. The ref ain't calling anything in the second half. It balls back to Sari. And now Hull are working it around at the back. And they're going to hoof it forward. It's going to it finds the foot of Jaden Bogle. United can't get out at the moment. It's going to Greaves put a ball in, a low lining. I want to say like a half-hearted cross, half-hearted shot. It falls right to the hands of Wes. United just need to pump the brakes and breathe a little bit. It's like Scott has talked about in the chat. We need to calm down. And I would agree right now, bash on for an L. Because we can't afford to have an L. I mean, yeah, if he gets a second, he's only gone for one game. I don't know if that's recognized in the FA Cup off the top of my head. We could sit him for next week's game against Wrexham, but I think it's a league game, so he'd be out for he could play in the Cup and be out for the league match. So, yeah, we got to be – and L's got to be careful here. We still have a lot of this game left. Blades have the ball now, and then Nora puts a pass into Ndai. Ndai lays it off for Jebo, and Jebo just cannot get on the end of it. It's going to go out about 16 yards away from the Hull City box, about parallel with the 16 yards from goal. Jackie Long throw getting his towel off his balls. He's going to hump this one all the way in the box. Waiting on Jackie Long throw for everybody to get sorted. And now it's being tugged back to the front part of the box. It goes in. Heads go up, and it falls to a Hull player, and Hull is going to get it clear. It is going to fall all the way back to Jaden Bogle. Jaden Bogle on the ball, and he's going to give it to Wesley, and we are going to start again. We're in no rush, it looks like. Just kind of passing the ball around, passing it in, pass. Bogle over on the right-hand side. He's going to get it forward to a forward-pressing Ahmed Hadzic. Hull City think the ball went out of play. Refs didn't see anything. I think they had their blinders on in the second half. Egan over to Norwood. Norwood's playing center back now. He lumps it up to Bogle. Bogle gets on it. Gives it over to Sandy Barge. Sandy Barge, a low running cross on the floor. And it's going to go out for a Blades throw. Just like that, snap of the fingers. Blades have an attacking throw in the Hull end. Here we go. Sandy Barge is going to give it off to Anel, who then in turn gives it to Bogle. Bogle wasn't even behind the line. That should have been a foul throw. Tommy Doyle lays it off to Johnny Squarehead Egan. Over to Jaden Bogle. Bogle looking for the run of Ahmed Hadzic. Oh, it falls on Ahmed Hadzic, but he's not able to get a strong enough effort, tailing away from goal. And Tommy Doyle has a shot from outside the box. That is always Rising United. I think it took a deflection. It might be a United corner. I can't see because they're showing the replay. But a good piece of work between Bogle and Ahmed Hadzic. Ahmed Hadzic laid the ball off. There was no one there. It fell to a Hull defender. And then the Hull defender cleared it out only as far as Tommy Doyle. Tommy Doyle, it did take a deflection. It's a United corner. The ball comes in and falls to Tommy Doyle, back to Ollie Norwood. Ollie Norwood with a half-hearted ping. And it's back to Jaden Bogle inside the center circle of the Hull City half. He pings it up to Jackie Longthrow. Jackie Longthrow can't get on the end of it. And it falls back to Jebo. Jebo has a go, and it is saved by Ingram, out for a corner. United, we're turning the screw, boys. We're turning the screw. Oh, they called Jebo offside, so there will be no shot. The shot will not count. Jebo was offsides. But still, Bogle, I don't know how Jebo was offsides. I don't think there's not a good camera angle. They're showing it from the cop, but there's not a very good camera angle to see if he's actually offsides or not. So they'll play it again. Oh, Ingram loses his footing. Half-hearted goal kick, and it falls to Ahmed Hadzic, and he hits it forward to Ilman and Dye, who for the most part of this game has gone missing. Now Ndiaye on the ball. Ndiaye on the ball. Back to goal. He's looking. Head up. Looking. He gives it to Norwood. Norwood puts in a terrible cross that hits Sandy Barge. Sandy Barge on the ball now. Back to Bogle. Bogle back to looking for Norwood, and he loses control of the ball. And he concedes possession to Hull. Here come Hull down the left-hand side. Back into Seri. Oh, that's a Stupion. A Stupion takes Norwood out. That should be a yellow card. Definitely should be a yellow card coming up for a Stupion, but I don't think they're going to give him a yellow card. I'm not sure. Oh, he brandishes him a yellow card. So it's 3-1 Blades in terms of yellow cards. A Stupion just absolutely cleared out. Absolutely cleared out Norwood. Absolutely cleared him out. So that's good that their top goal scorer is now in the book. Really hasn't been a factor in this one, honestly. Not many players aside from Coyle, Christie, Seri, and Connolly are basically the four players I've mentioned numerous times. The Blades take a quick free kick, gets it to Bogle. Bogle crosses it in. It's defended out for a Blades throw-in. Norwood to Bogle. Bogle loses out on the ball, and here come Hull again. As a little errant pass falls to Tommy Doyle. Tommy Doyle concedes possession back to Hull, and here they come again. Max Lowe defending that lump down ball to Christie. Now it's to Coyle. Back to the back line of Hull, who he tries to give to Seri, and Dye gets balled off the ball. And it's going to be out for a Hull City throw. Oh, man, if I smoked cigarettes, I'd have went through a whole entire carton. You folks don't know how fun this is commentating. Hull have a throw in the right hand side, and they're going to throw it in. It's going to head tennis around out for a Blades throw in inside the Blades half. Just about 10 to 15 yards inside the Blades half. Jackie Longthrow is going to come up with a hammer throw. And it's defended by Hull. Ball with Hull now. Over to Sandy Barge won the ball. He went all the way back to Wes. Jaden Bogle down the right-hand side. He's bossed off the ball by former Blade Regan Slater. And Dye is kind of out there, gone missing every once in a while. Every once in a while, he'll pick up the ball and he'll do something brilliant. But to say, has he been one of our better players? Not for me in this game. Sean, with the credit. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to keep it as real as possible. I mean, it sounds more enthralling than it really is, but with me being more enthralling, listening to a lot of BBC Radio Sheffield, Adam Oxley, and all those guys that do commentary over there, this is how you think it's an enthralling game, even though it's not. So I'm trying to bring it to you as best as possible. So Blades come down the left-hand side. Max Lowe gives it off to Tommy Doyle. Tommy Doyle over to Oliver Norwood. Ollie Norwood over to Ahmed Hodzic. He has Bogle running down the flank. Bogle, Ahmed Hodzic, too much mustard on that ball. It'll roll out for a Hull goal kick. Ahmed Hodzic had Bogle running down that right-hand flank. Bogle could have forced a ball in with a cross, and we could have had an effort on goal. Whew. Man. So Hull have a goal kick that Ingram is stretching. It was the goal kick was taken by an outfield player of Hull and then given back to Ingram, and he hoofed it forward for a Hull throw. Graves will take the throw in just about at the halfway line for Hull City. Hull look like they're about to make wholesale changes. I'm going to have my pen handy, and we're going to have to see who the Tigers bring on for their first slew of changes. West gets rid of the ball, but it falls to Coyle of Hull City. He works it to Christie. Christie, are they going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper? No. Christie on the ball now. He's going to get it up forward to try and get it up to Coyle, and it falls short. It's cleared out by Max Lowe, and I think, that should be a free kick. Not sure what was going on there, but Jebo got dragged back by his foot. It looked like Connolly lost possession, and Jebo won it, and they dragged him back. It looks like Tete is coming on. Tufan is coming on. So we have Doherty coming off for Tete. Hull look like they're going to make 3 changes now. Doherty, we have former Blade Regan Slater is coming off for 16. I've got to get a name. And we have Tufan for Coyle. Is coming on for Hull City. I want to see what these changes are. Bear with me one moment. As Hull is, let's see. And Longman comes in for Slater. So 3 Hull changes. Blades yet to make a change, and we are 63 minutes into the game. Ball with the Blades at the back. They're going to lump it forward. Egan lumps it forward, looking for Bogle. Bogle loses possession, and it goes all the way back to Ingram in goal. Oh. And it looks like Graves is down injured now, holding his left hip. Surely it's too, it can't be cramps. He's able to get up and walk it off. If you guys, another podcast I'm going to pitch on here, if you guys have not checked out Living with Madeley, Liam Marley, everybody, welcome him to the club. Thanks for the positive vibes. Living with Madeley, check him out. If you listen to Blades Pod, he does Liam and Roy, Panchero, Andrew, whatever you want to call him. Him and Liam do a podcast called Living with Madeley, and you should definitely check it out. They break down British TV sitcoms. Hilarious! It's a hilarious podcast. I have no idea what they're talking about because we're in the States, but I listen anyway. Hall come down the right hand side. Sari working the ball now. Sari's on the ball. Sari's going to try to cross it, but we were closing him down. We are playing immensely good defense. When we get behind the ball, Ho cannot do anything. And that one is going to be deflected out off of Tommy Doyle for a throw-in to Ho, and it looks like Christie is going to take it. Christie on this far right-hand side is going to work it into Tufan. Tufan to Sari. Sari on the ball now. Sari's still on the ball. Up to Tufan. Tufan up to Christie. Over to Tufan. Tufan on the ball. A good clearance by Ollie Norwood, but it falls to, I think that's Tete. Tete on the ball now. Tete on the ball. He crosses in it. It's going to go out for a throw-in to Hull. Tete looking bright. The subs all look bright for Hull coming in. Do we, guys in chat row, do we make a change? And when do we make a change? Hull on the ball now. Christie on the ball. Trying to, Max Lowe has got him in his back pocket. Christie has to get rid of the ball. Tufan's gonna cross it. It falls to Tete. It's cleared out by John Squarehead Egan. And it's always rising. A shot from Connolly about 22 yards out, and it's always rising. I think it's out of the stadium now. I think it's out of Bramall Lane. It's probably bouncing on one of the roads behind the stadium. Yep, Tufan. That was a terrible ball into Tete. Tete tried to make something on it, and Connolly's like, screw it. I'm just going to shoot it anyway. And Wesley has the ball in goal. So we're just going to we're going to take our time here, but we're probably going to give him the ball back. We're trying to work it to Jebison. Jebison heads it to a Hall player, but Tommy Doyle comes up with it. Tufan wins the ball back. Jebo trying to close down Ingram. Ingram is going to clear the ball down the pitch. And Johnny Squarehead Egan going to see that ball away, but it falls back to the whole city. It's all Hull right now at the moment. Sari in midfield. Graves on the ball now. Over to Connolly. Connolly has been a bright spot for Hull. He's going to try and work the ball down the left-hand side. He's shouldered off of it, and it's out for a goal kick. They tried to get a free kick on the outside of the box. Ref said, no way. You guys suck. It is a goal kick as he points to Wes. 67 minutes in. Blades 1-0 up. Nothing's really changed. I'm making this game much more than it really is, but I'm trying to let you guys stay involved. Wes bowls the ball out to Jackie Longthrow. Jackie Longthrow works the ball down the left-hand side. He's trying to find Jebo. We got Jebo running aimlessly out there for no reason. And Dye really doesn't pressure the ball. It's back to John Squarehead Egan. And my stream just cut out. But I don't know where we're going. The stream just cut out. Give me a minute. It's now Sandy. I think we flip-flopped cameras. Did anybody's stream just switch? Let me know in chat row, because now I have Blades going. Okay, now it's back to normal. It's Ahmed Hodzic on the ball, looking for Bogle. There should have been a foul on Norwood, no foul called. Bogle trying to find Norwood, and Norwood not fouled, gives the ball away. Here come Hold on the right-hand side. Christie on the ball. He crosses it in, looking for a Stupion. Nobody around. We see it out to Jebo. Jebo to Doyle. And Doyle just lumps it downfield to take the pressure off. It'll be out for a Hull throw in Hull's end. If you're just now joining us, there's 68 minutes on the clock. Graves is down in the center circle. It's going to give me a time to lube up the pipes again. They have gone dry. This is going to be an enthralling. Oh, Blades are about to make some changes, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, Blades are going to make some changes. It looks like Captain El Capitan. Does he come in for Jebo or Ndai? Real quick before we make the changes, who does Sharp come on for? Oh, we're gonna. No point in doing this. We've got Osborne in for Tommy Doyle. Tommy Doyle comes out. Osborne comes in. Tommy Doyle played. If I had to rate him, I'd give him a. And Jebo off for the skipper. That means you know what that time is. We're going to lump it forward, and Billy's going to stick his butt out there. We're going to get a bunch of free kicks here coming down the stretch. As we approach 20 minutes to go, Blades make 2 subs. Hull have made 3. As they're gonna make Hull is gonna make their 4th sub. As Elder's gonna come in for Graves. And now El Capitan is on. I would agree with you, Scott. I would get McBurney on. And honestly, Ndai hasn't done much. So maybe you take McBurney off, put McBurney on for Ndai, and then have Ndai come off and just give him rest because he doesn't look at it today. Honestly, I don't know if there's any niggling signs of that little niggling injury he had last week, but we shall see what the gaffer has in mind coming down the stretch. Ball back with Seri now. Over to Christie. Back to Jones. Back to Ingram. Ingram's going to work the ball down the left-hand side. Is this going to... McLaughlin on the ball. I feel like I haven't mentioned his name much, even though I've just said Hull's back line. United back on the ball. Ndai gives the ball to Osborne. Works the ball to Sandy Barge out on the right-hand side. Sandy Barge, a loose pass, and it falls to Stupion. They're going to go with Seri. Back to Elder. Elder works the ball down the left-hand sideline to Connolly. Connolly down the left hand. Hit back to Elder. Elder with the cross in, and it's cleared out by John Squarehead. Oh, no, that was Ahmed Hodgett that cleared it out. To Norwood. Sandy Barge puts a move on past the defender. He's got Ndai down the right-hand sideline. Ndai picks the ball up. He's marshaling down the right-hand sideline. Cuts inside. He's got 2 defenders on him. Get rid of the ball, Ndai. He's going to make a bit of magic out of this. He tries to do too much and gives the ball to the Hull defenders. He's trying to do too much, guys. He wants to try and turn it on. And I love Illiman and Ndai, but he's just trying to do too much. He's trying to make certain moves, and he's got 3 defenders on him. Just give the ball off. And he was trying to do that, but his space was so confined that he couldn't get rid of it. So here come Hull down the left-hand sideline. Connolly on the ball. Bogle wrestling him around. And they're going to call a free kick on foul by Jaden Bogle on Connolly as we are in the 73rd minute. Seri takes it to Elder, and I think they're going to have to redo this one again. Elder puts the ball down. And it looks like McLaughlin's going to come up and try and is going to take this one. And they're waiting. Hull's waiting. Up to Seri. He passed it 5 yards. Waited all that time for that. They dummy the ball. Elder thought he had somebody behind him. Elder dummied the ball, and he chased it down, but Bogle pinged it off of him, and it'll be a Blades throw-in. And Ahmed Hodges is going to take this throw-in as this is going to be a nervy 15 minutes, although It doesn't feel like this is a very tight game, though. It feels like this is a game that United have controlled for. Oh, Hull has a go as Tete has his shooting boots on today, and that ball isn't anywhere close to West's goal. It's a goal kick. But it's one of those things where United have controlled this game for good spells of this game. You could probably bundle Hull's possession in amount of they haven't had anything that's really worried West. They've had about 10 minutes total of worryiness on United's defense. Everything else has kind of been relatively easy. As I speak of that, Ahmed Hodzic is dispossessed by Connolly. Connolly swings the ball in, it's cleared out by Norwood. As far as Sandy Barge deflects it to Christie. Christie has it, and it's going to go out for a whole corner. It's going to be out for a whole corner. Yeah, Sandy Barge, or not Sandy Barge, Ahmed Hodzic got caught on the ball there for a little bit and got dispossessed by Connolly. So Hull are going to have a corner from the far side of the Bramall Lane pitch. Two hands up. Sari comes in with a cross, and it's going to be headed away for a goal kick as Max Lowe went up to defend that. And it seems like Jones got a head to it. It was away from the camera. Jones went to head it and headed it completely. Yeah, Jones headed it completely away from goal. So it's a Blades goal kick. I wonder if we're going to lump this forward. And West drops it to JLT. JLT deflects off to Tufan. Hull have numbers. Tufan. And Hull are going to put that one in, and it's going to be behind for a Hull corner. Hull just starting to turn the screw a bit. Just starting to turn the screw a bit. As we're getting everybody sorted, there's some sort of meetup at the top of the box with 4 Hull players in a line. They're going to do something, obviously work from the training ground. Ball comes in, it hits a Stupion in the head, and it goes over the bar for a Blades goal kick. That was a well-worked, obviously was something off the training ground. But that didn't come to anything as we are in the 77th minute, so 13 and some change left. Only Bash on the bench, yeah. I mean, Scott, do we make that swap for Bash and an L? I mean, as United kick it down and it goes all the way back to Ingram, kind of ping-ponged around back to Ingram, and Hull work it through the back down the right-hand side. JLT chasing down Stupion. The ball's with Elder on the left-hand side. Elder works the ball inside to Sari. Sari on the ball. He lays it off to Christie. Christie over to Tufan. Or, no, beg your pardon, it was Longman. Longman crosses the ball in. There is a bunch of Hull players in the box. Nobody gets it. Connolly hoofs it down. Blades are trying to clear it, and it's only as far as Christie. Christie to Longman. Longman puts the ball in, and West catches the ball. We're hanging on, boys and girls. We are in for a thrill ride. It's basically like a roller coaster. We're going to go up and down and around all the way to the finish. Longman put a good ball in. It hit John Egan. It was just a mess of what we're just having some issues at the back right now. But the whole thing is we cannot sustain possession. It looks like we're going to make 2 more changes, McBurney and Chrissy Basham. I probably think that's the day done for Ndai when the ball goes out of play. And then Ahmed Hodzic will probably come off as Billy Sharp crosses the ball in, and it's calmly saved by Ingram. First Billy Sharp sighting of the day. Bogle played the ball to Sandy Barge out to Billy Sharp, and Billy Sharp crossed the ball in for a cross that was snuffed out by Ingram. Blades back on the ball. as Ollie Norwood just gives it back to the Hull defense. Back to Ingram. Ingram to McLaughlin. McLaughlin to Sari. Sari to Jones. Jones on the ball now. Jones down the right-hand side to Christie. Christie down the right-hand side. Marauding. Back to Tufan. Tufan dispossessed. Sandy Barge on the ball. Sandy Barge over to his left-hand side. Ben Osborne, my shorts are way too big for me. Over to Ollie Norwood after it takes the deflection. Over to Billy Sharp. Billy Sharp holding the ball up, waiting for a runner. He's being tugged back. Billy Sharp with a cross. Nobody home. Cleared out by a Hull head. Over to Ollie Norwood. Ollie Norwood wins the ball back to Sharp. Back to Ollie Norwood. Crosses a ping in. Oh, it hits and die in the head and it goes out for it. Oh, it didn't go out for a goal kick. It's back on Ben. My shorts are too big for me. Osborne. He gives the ball away. Sandy Barge loses the ball. Max Lowe trying to get the ball back. It's to Tete. To Longman. To Tufan. Back to Tete. Max Lowe back defending. Sandy Barge getting back in defending. Tufan on the ball. Tufan with the ball. He drags it out to Longman. Longman on the ball. On the right-hand side. Back into Tufan. Tufan's going to have a shot. He's holding up. Back out to Longman. Longman out on the right-hand side. Back to Christie. Christie crosses the ball in, and it's going to go out of play. Take a deep breath, everybody. Whew. A cross that came to the head of no one. Chris Basham. I did not see who that was. That the number came up. We will see shortly who runs off. And Dye out. And McBurney in. And Bash is still awaiting his change. Oh, it's Bash for Sandy Barge. Really? That's an odd sub. I agree with you, Scott, in this. This is a bit bizarre. Are we going to a back four? Because I mean, that's what I would assume. I don't know. I really don't understand that one. JLT, Egan, and Nell and Bash back there, and then we just have a midfield of Lowe, Norwood, Osborne, and Bogle. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one. And it looks like it looks like Bash is in there playing a defensive midfield role, as Scott said in chat row. This is going to be certainly a last crazy 10 minutes. Billy Sharp on the ball, and he clears it off of Sari for a Blades throw in the Blades half. 81-15 on the clock. As we await the Blades throw in, this is where it doesn't matter if it's Blades or Hull. I don't like when either side takes this thing out of things and wastes some clock. The throw from Bogle comes in, and it gets headed back all the way to Ingram. Anel takes a nasty fall after he heads the ball back to a Hull player. And here they come, Elder down the right-hand side or left-hand side. The ball's with Tufan. Back to McLaughlin. Over to Christie. Christie down the right-hand side. He's going to look up for Longman. Longman intercepted. Christie's pass to Longman intercepted by Max Lowe. Max Lowe coming through midfield. He gives it to McBurney. Lays it off to Big Pants Osborne. Osborne crosses it into Max Lowe. We're in the box. Oh, he let it run over the byline, and it goes out for a goal kick. McBurney was standing with his hands up saying, "Pass it to me." In the top of the box, unmarked. Big Pants into Max Lowe. Max Lowe, I took a heavy touch. If Osborne would have saw McBurney in the box. Here comes Hull City. Tete on the ball. They could give him a free kick because they say Jackie Longthrow pulled him down. That's a little bit of a BS call, and Jackie Longthrow goes into the book with better part of 7 minutes in 15 seconds left. Tete, it went down a little soft for me. I don't believe that's a penalty. Hull are going to have a set piece about 20 yards from goal. It looks like Tufan and Sari they're respotting the ball. Yeah, Scott, I would agree with you. 5 minutes. Sorry I haven't been as so interactive with chat row, but please, if you can, hit the like button. Hit the like button if you want to, and you think I'm doing a good job. Give me a tip, please. This is my first ever time doing solo. I hope you guys are enjoying the commentary. I'm going to give you the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Hold on to your seats. Sari over the ball. Right hand side of Wes's goal, about 18 to 20 yards. There's some pushing and shoving. Anel and Tete are about to throw down. They're trying to get Anel thrown out of the game. As Tete and Anel are about to square up. Both sides. Ref calls both players over. He better not show Anel a yellow card. There was some pushing and shoving. McBurney, a little blankhousery in the box. A little shove to the back of Tete. Tete then turned to Anel and said, "What are you doing?" And they got face to face. I don't think there's a red in there. They're calling players over. A little shove. Oh, Tete throwing a couple high elbows in there. Scott, are they down to 10 men? The ref hasn't shown a red. Oh, it's a red. It's a red. Tete is sent off. Hull is down to 10 men. Hull are down to 10 men. Tete, see ya. He's been their brightest player since he came on. He's not afraid to shoot from anywhere. Tete is gone. Hull are down to 10 men. I'm crossing him off my lineup sheet right now. See you later, pal. You're going in the shredder after this game's over. Hull still with that free kick over the right on the right hand side. Sari standing over the ball. Big pants Osborne in about 5 yards in front of him. Maybe 3. Maybe 10. Sari with the cross in. Hits the first man. Norwood in the face. He clears it off. Billy and his Walker. Get blown by Christie. Ball comes in. Easily saved by West. Right in his gut. Oh, so we're just hanging on. 85 and a half minutes gone in this game. 4.5 minutes of regular time. Scott says he thinks there's 5. More with the red card, probably. I'm imagining there's 7. Ball comes up. McBurney loses it in a head battle. It is out for a Blades throw-in. Norwood slowing it down, or McBurney telling him to slow it down. Blades are playing the ball around at the back, just passing it between Jackie Long throw and Egan. Back to West. West lumps it downfield, looking for the head of McBurney. McBurney tries to hold it up. It ping-pongs off his thigh, and he wins the ball, but gives it back to Hull. Here come Hull, down the other side. O'Connelly over to the right-hand side. Longman gets crashed through by Lowe, and that's going to be a free kick. Connolly put a ball over to Longman, and Longman got crashed through the back of by Max Lowe. Sari's going to put this ball in just inside, probably about 10 yards inside of Blade's half. 86:48 on the clock. 86:49, 86:50. I know you guys can count. I'm just updating. Sari with the ball in. It's past everyone. Max. Oh, that was Jaden Bowe that cleared the ball. Only as far all the way down into Hull's half. Out for a Hull throw-in. Less than 3 minutes to go. There's a flare that's an orange flare. The Hull fans are throwing flares onto the pitch. Tyler Smith, the former Blade, is going to come in. Who's he going to be subbed in? We're going to have a bit of added time. The lane is on fire, as Simon said. The lane is on fire. They're throwing flares. 22 for 33. Christie off. Smith in. Tyler Smith, the former Blade. Is he going to do better than Regan Slater did? Hull have the ball. It's with Elder down the left-hand sideline. Elder working the ball over to Connolly. And it's sought out for a Hull throw-in by Jaden Bogle, cutting that one out. There's so much smoke at Bramwell Lane, you can't even see. The cameraman had to get up from his position. The cameraman on the touchline had to get up. It's behind the goal. It's not on the touchline. It's behind the goal. My fault. Yeah, he's getting smoked out. Ball's in the midfield with Big Pants. Big Pants Osborne gives the ball away. McBurney tries to come through with it. McBurney lays the ball off to Norwood. Norwood just dumps it and says, get that ball out of here. Sharp's going to chase it down. It's all the way back to Ingram. Ingram back over to Elder. Elder down the left-hand sideline. He's going to work the ball. He's going to go back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin working the ball. He's got Sari in the midfield. He's going to push this one up to Longman. Longman trying to get the ball to Tyler Smith. He's calling for it. He's got Jackie Long throw beat. Jackie Long throw. Back to goal, Tyler Smith. Back to Longman. Longman working the ball. Longman working the ball in the box. He's going to have an effort here, but it's a terrible effort, and it's cleared out by that man again, Chris Basham. Ball's held up by McBurney. We take the free kick. The ball was spotted. The ball was stopped. And they're calling it back for a rolling ball. We would have been off to the races. That surely would have been a goal. The ref calls it back, and now we're just going to take our time and see this one out. And it looks like Norwood takes it. He gives it off to Max Lowe. Max Lowe back to Norwood. Norwood just controlling things in the midfield until he gives the ball away. He holds it up to McBurney. McBurney lays it off to Sharp, but Sharp doesn't know what he's doing out there. He looks lost. Back to Ingram. Hull only get it up to Connolly. Connolly's tracked down by 3 men. He's followed by Bogle. Surely Bogle's going in the book now. That put Bogle on the list as going in the book. As we're about to approach the last minute, and we are now into the 90th minutes, 5 minutes added is what Scott says. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes of added time for United to see this 1-0 lead out. Sari over the ball about 5 yards inside the United half. He's over the ball. He puts the cross in. Cross comes in, and it's headed away by Ahmed Hadzic. On to Big Pants. Big Pants over to Sharp. Sharp's going to hold the ball up, but it's a foul on Big Pants. Big Pants Osborne fouled inside the United half, and we're going to let him recycle, and we're going to get the ball back. Sean says Burnley leveled up West Brom 1-1. They've got to be in, we're in the 90th or 15th minutes behind us. They're in about the 75th, 78th minute. Welcome to those of you just joining us. Blades 1, Hull 0. We're into the first of 5 added minutes. Blades on the ball. Norwood holding the ball. He lumps the ball over to Max Lowe. Max Lowe down the left-hand sideline. He's going to try and work the ball in. He's dispossessed by Longman. Longman up forward to Estupiñán. Estupiñán looking for the ball. He's back to Sari. Sari puts the ball over the top. Blades will be able to deal with that. Egan clears it out. And it's back for a Blades throw in the Hull City half. Big Pants looks like he's going to take this throw in. I'm at 91:32. 91:32. The timer resets after 40 minutes. So that's the correct time in the corner as my stream. So we only have about 3 and 15 seconds to go. 3 minutes 15 to go. Norwood on the ball to Big Pants. Big Pants out wide. He's going to cross the ball in. Looking, heads go up, and it's cleared out by McLaughlin. Ball back with the Blades. Another swinging. It falls to Bogle. Bogle has a goal, and it's saved by Ingram. But he parries it back out to Bogle. That should be a free kick on the edge, on the outside of the box by Connolly, and it is. Blades are going to hold this one up, and we're going to take the sting out of it. 2 and 17 minutes have gone in extra time. We're about halfway through extra time. Great shot by Bogle. Was parried back out into play. Fell to Bogle. He turned his back to goal and carried the ball. And Connolly followed him about 2-3 yards outside of the 18-yard box on the right-hand side. Hull are going to put a one-man wall. Ollie Norwood in there. He's waiting for the ref to blow his whistle to say, let's get it on. Norwood over the ball. He's looking. Cross comes in. Heads go up. McBurney at the back post, unmarked, but he heads it back into the mixer. Big Pants has a shot that is wide of goal. Ingram gets the ball as it ricochets off the signage boards. Advertising hoardings are Ingram's best help right now. It fell right. It bounced right up for Osborne, and he put it wide. Hull hump it forward to the right hand side, and it is Longman that plays it out of play, but it comes off a United player for a Hull City throw-in. 3:30 on the clock. 3:30 on the clock. A minute and 30, 90 seconds. Can the Blades see it out? Hull have the ball. They play it off big pants. It's going to be a Hull throw just inside of Blades territory. Tyler Smith heads it to no one. JLT, Egan, all call for Wes. Wes comes and cleans up, and it's going to be Blades' ball as the clock strikes 4 minutes of added time. If Scott was right, we only have 60 seconds left. Wes bounces the ball 3-4 times. He's going to lump it downfield, and it's going to go as far as McBurney. Finds McBurney's head. He holds it up, but it falls to a Hull player, Longman, and they're going to Blades play it out as Longman takes too heavy of a touch. He's going to play it out. Max Lowe played that one out. Hull have a throw inside their own half. 4.5 gone. 30 seconds left. Max Lowe wins the ball back. He lumps it forward to Sharp. Over to Sari. Sari's playing a deeper position than he's played all game. Ingram over to Elder. Elder plays it up the left-hand side. He sees Connolly. Connolly picks the ball up, and it's going to go out for another Hull throw. The Hull City coaches trying to get the ball in. They throw it in. It falls to a Blade. Big Pants fall on the ball. Norwood waiting for the ball to play. Sari, and they blow for full time. 3 points. The Blades come away with 3 points. That's what it takes. Oh, full time. I'm gonna play this. Oh, what a game that was. Thanks, Simon, for your late contribution. I'm going to try and get some of these going through. Simon or Scott with clean sheet. Wes, idiot. Yes, up the Blades. Scott full time. Fantastic commentary, passionate. I hope I get to do it again. Hal was thanking Simon for his donation. You are the man, Simon. Let's see. Yes. Nice. Come on. Oh, man. Tim, honestly, it should have been 3-0 based on our first half. Noah's watching. 3 points. Sean, get in. Yes, up the Blades. No problem. Anytime. I'm here all the time. Cracking job. Thanks, Scott, for the nice pleasantries. Let's see. Did really good. Thanks. Appreciate it. He's going off to Galatasaray tomorrow, up the Blades. Yeah, I'll sleep for 5 days. I'm probably going to hammer down a few beers now. Good job. Thanks, Wayne. 3 points. Thanks, Scott. Clean sheet. Up the Blades. Sean, thanks for the props. Thanks, Chris. Sorry I didn't interact too much with Chat Row. I just wanted to bring you guys the best commentary possible. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't doing your nerves any good. It wasn't doing mine either. If I wouldn't have been on live, I would have been chewing these things all the way. Another donation. I mean, thank you for just the donations and the likes and everything. Everybody with the positive vibes. John, yes, the Blades. Yeah, if you anybody's still in, tip us. Anything goes a long way. Up the Blades. Thanks, John, for the positives. Thanks, John. Wayne, thanks. You're the best. Sean, West Brom. Damn, Johnny's Burnley. But if it holds with 9 minutes left, it's going to work out in favor. We're going to pick up the 2 points that we dropped a couple of games ago. I can't remember who we drew against, where they took 3 points, and we dropped in a draw. I think it was against maybe QPR, if I'm not wrong. 14 points clear as it stands from Scott. I'll take that. I think we only need 9 more wins now. Thanks for the positive thoughts. Yeah, thanks. 10 out of 10. Thanks everybody. My thoughts, man. If I watch this game back again, it probably isn't as enthralling as I made it. But I tried to liven it up for everybody. But it's my team. I love them. Jebo with the goal 5 minutes in. I mean, honestly, if I had to pick a man of the match, as Noah says, man of the match, I'll go with Jebo because he got the goal. But I could go with Norwood. I could go with Tommy Doyle. Sandy Barge even put a good game in too. So there's a whole host of this game was a team effort. It wasn't one game or one player that you can single out. So as far as my man of the match, I'd give it to the Blades as a whole. I mean, this was a team game. This was a team effort today. There wasn't anything, it wasn't one person standing out. Like I said during the game, and Dye wasn't very good. If I'm honest with you, he was there for spurts and then he was gone, and you didn't see him for 5 or 10 minutes. So my man of the match, I'll go with Jebo because he got the goal. The club will probably give it to him because he got the goal, but it could be a whole host of players. As for my thoughts, we got the goal, and then we were. I mean, besides the whole run at the end there, I think we controlled the game pretty much for a majority of it. But Hull made it certainly nervy at the end. No problem. Dublin Blade. No assist Norwood. Yeah, I would, like I said, a whole host of players. Yeah, we'll see if they let me do this again. I'll try and bring the enthusiasm again. But yeah, now we dip our toe into FA Cup a week from tomorrow. So we have 8 days until we play on Sunday. So we have 9 days until we play Wrexham. So plenty of rest. I expect for us to have a whole host of changes in that side. It was just, I'm happy where we are right now. Especially if Burnley dropped points. We're closing that gap at the top of the table. And yeah, I'm exhausted. I'm going to go crush a few beers, make some food for myself. I am a little bit on the hungry side, but I just want to say a big shout out to Chat Row. I didn't interact with you guys as much today, but on the off chance that I had looked over and glanced, I would, if I didn't bring your comment up on screen, I apologize, but I would just wanted to give you guys the best commentary possible. So I think that is going to do it for me. I'm going to take these banners down and I'm going to go recharge my batteries. There is a full day of championship football. I will be listening to Talk Sport for all the whip arounds, the goals, and there's a full day of Prem action tomorrow. Might dabble a little bit in the League One and League Two and even National League tomorrow. But yeah, there's a whole host of football all weekend, American and English. So yeah, until I don't know if I'll do the Wrexham game. I might, but I might catch you guys for the next league game we have. I'm not sure who that is against. A lot of people are saying Rotherham. Simon for I listen to Talk Sport. They do have an app that you can download, and albeit they edit some of the Premier League games out, they block some of us because our location is over here in the States. You can listen to all the EFL games. They have every single one of them on. Most of the FA Cup games are available as well. So that's where I go to, and I also listen to Match of the Day on Talk Sport. They do a whip around feature where they go to, oh damn it, Burnley just took the lead. They do a whip around feature where they go from all the Prem, Championship, League One, League Two, National League, even up to Scotland, to give you all the goals as they go in. So I listen to that pretty much from 10 a.m. Eastern to about noon 30 Eastern time. But yeah, like I said, guys, I don't know exactly when I'll be back. I might try and get the Wrexham game. I also kind of do want to go. I haven't been to the pub in a while and watch that game. So whatever my schedule should entail, I definitely will keep you guys posted. If you haven't done so, you can follow me on social media at cjarvis_13 on Twitter and Instagram. And if you haven't done so, I don't know why you haven't done so. Subscribe to the Sheffield United Way, all their great content that Nick, Ollie, and Hal put out, the Cypress King. And then follow my podcast, Red Half of Sheffield. Listen to it, like it, follow us on Twitter, Red Sheffield, or on Facebook, the Red Half of Sheffield. You can find us anywhere. We drop a podcast weekly. We're going to do a nice, neat Wrexham feature for the next pod, so be aware of that. And when it hits the airwaves, give it a listen. So until then, guys, I will see you guys on the flip flop later.